All right, William, Wacky Noodles. Still got
Wait,
some. Yes,
that's not the or the different one.
this is not the most recent one,
No, that's the last one from last class.
clearly. All right, I thought I downloaded the one from the comments.
Yeah, I already turned it in. That's why. So
I know, and I grabbed the second one, the one from the comments.
it's not in the comments. It should be. Yeah, that's not it. Because the newest one only has 10 uh slides, not the whole thing.
Okay, so
Yeah, there
so
it is.
the one in the comments is the older one.
Yeah.
That's a little confusing. All right. All right. Better sketches, easier to see. Um, and some crazy stuff going on, man. You embrace the wild. uh, this first one is the aliens, Dr. Wacky.
Throughout the whole thing, the funniest thing I never realized when I was doing all of this was that I got the whole initial wrong, the whole almost all the way through. Like it was supposed to be Wacky Noodles, but for some reason I kept putting in WC.
Hmm.
It was only later that I realized I had to put
You change
WN.
it, and I like the bunny. This is a rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Number 7. This is like The Ring, like
Mhm.
that movie, The Ring. Here's the clown. This is like a cloud slurping up the noodles or pouring them out. I don't know.
Anyone can go with it either way they want to.
Here's the Earth. All right, some of these seem a little complex. Just right away, my eye jumps to number 11, number 7, maybe number 4 as kind of like visually being like consolidated, simple icon type things.
Yeah, they'll probably be more simplified when I pick out the one, and it'll be
Yeah.
like more simplified when I make the logo itself.
So those are the ones that I think would work. What do you think, Omar?
Which ones were them again?
I
4,
mean,
7, and 11.
11 is just a hand holding up a fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. Man, I liked number 2. I thought number 2 was cool. Number 6 is scary. Number 4 is kind of fun. It's not a scary version
Yeah.
of it.
Right. I guess I'd like number 2. I don't think you need the sun and the moon.
Okay.
Keep it simple. So this is the kind of thing, you bring this into Illustrator and pen tool it out, and you could try the sun, the moon, and do it without, and just sort of see which one you think looks better. But yeah, all right. So 2, 4, and 7. What do you think? Good?
Yeah, I think we're good there. I
All
like
right.
the Galaxy Little Red Riding Hood too. It's pretty funny. Number 9.
Number
Just for
9.
humor. Not for that logo. I'm just saying there's like a story there.
There's some crazy stuff in your head, man. You've got to start a comic strip or cartoon or something.
Did we really look at Dr. Wacky though?
Dr. Wacky, I love the concept here. I just think it's way too complex for a logo icon.
So here's the one thing I like about Dr. Wacky. I like him better than a clown. So I like the story you got there, but I don't think that's the icon. I think if you take Dr. Wacky out and you define him like you do number 4.
Yeah, take him out of the ship and do a portrait of Dr. Wacky.
Do Dr. Wacky instead of the clown. I think it's a better concept because clowns, people are scared of clowns. But Dr. Wacky could be just as scary, but I'm not scared of Dr. Wacky.
Yeah,
So
he's more fun.
Okay.
That's good
clown
direction.
concept, make it Dr. Wacky though. And that way you could use spaceships and crazy stuff in the overall brand.
Yeah, part of the brand story. Awesome work, William. Good job. All right, Markeith. So Monkey Tree, which is, tell everyone what Monkey Tree is. Is Markeith here?
No.
Big no. All right. So Monkey Tree is red, black, and candy coated licorice. Great for movies. It's kind of like Good and Plenty. It's for younger kids. And it's just sort of fun and yummy. So there we go. Fun, happy, momentary, hedonistic. Target audience still need information. A lot of monkeys and trees. There's tree monkey tree service. There's actually a company called Monkey Tree Media.
It's all funny business.
Huh. Monkey Tree Brewing. Well, it's just, I made this just up out of my head, like random stuff. And so all of a sudden now there's a bunch of stuff like that. All right. Competitors, right? All right. The first one looks like a monkey climbing a tree with a big sunset. A tree growing out of the monkey head. This looks like a leaf inside the letter M for monkey. Monkey tree. Monkey on a branch. Monkey in the tree. Monkey eating licorice. A leaf with a bite out of it. A piece of licorice and a monkey climbing up it. A mother and child monkey. This looks like the exact same drawing. And then a monkey face with the licorice sort of hanging from it, I guess. And then jump rope licorice. Any of these sort of stand out to you, Omar, as like that's the logo?
I just feel like he's on all of his inspiration board. He drew all that stuff on here.
Yeah.
What's in number one?
Number one has potential. I kind of like number 6 if the monkey has some personality.
It's like a demon monkey though.
Yeah, well, it's saying that you gotta articulate the personality. If you go back to your keywords and you see fun, hedonistic, all that, so then sort of draw that monkey so that he reflects those keywords. And that would be 2 ideas. Some of these, I don't see how they relate to the brand. This one, the mother and baby, it doesn't really fit. I don't know, it doesn't fit. I like the jump rope. This has potential.
I think the leaf and start in the M. The leaf and start of the M.
It's a leaf number 3.
Yeah. If it was more like clearly defined and maybe you kind of made the tree more part of the M itself, like so it's kind of like the M was made out of negative space of the tree or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not seeing it so far, but I'm not a big fan of initials as a logo either. I do think the jump rope is fun because the licorice could be the jump rope. You're sort of combining 2 things. It's fun. It's got all the right elements of the brand there. So that just has to be articulated better. So we've got number 1, number 6, and number 12. Those would be the ones you'd pursue, Markeith. All right, Angelo.
Angelo's not here, but he let me know he wasn't gonna be able to make it.
Wow, that's crazy. He's always here.
I know.
All right, so this was round 1. Round 2. Icarus. We all know the story of Icarus, right? Yeah, he flew too close to the sun. A trident. Kronos' symbol. Arrow on the cup. So arrow hitting the cup.
Feels like Star Trek.
This looks like Medusa. Sorry for the bad look. Messages from beyond. All right. Coffee cup with bolts. This is the Hydra. This one looks like a sun with something piercing it. Looks like it's filled with coffee, maybe. There's the owl. That's the craziest owl I've ever seen. It has tiny, tiny beak and huge body.
His eyes are throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah, he's got like one eye open, one eye closed.
Okay. I'm not really sure how many licks it took to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop. That's
Yeah.
that owl's look.
The harp mug. This is the three-headed dog, Cerberus. And there's Mount Olympus. And then the arrow. So I still think Mount Olympus, which was from earlier, has potential. When you think about this image that you're going to create for this, you want to change the perspective so that you're looking up at it. Like right now, you're sort of looking down at it. So this is sort of like you want the really low angle looking up, and it looks majestic and heroic and big. You want the image to be sort of either square or circular, like sort of contained, either with a shape around it or just the way you draw it. So if you move forward with that, that could be one potential logo. I kind of like the owl, but right now, personality-wise, he doesn't seem to really fit this brand, which is a little sort of like tough blue-collar truck driver, a little bit of that in there. So he needs to be Olympic coffee, yeah. So this owl makes me think of that one you were talking about, Omar, the mechanical, creepy one. I don't know. What else do you see, Omar?
That's a tough one. I mean, I would go with it's tough. When you say Olympic, you want the positiveness of it, and you don't want Medusa or a three-headed dog. I just like it because it's different than every other Olympic coffee I've seen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could do Medusa. I've seen there's a lot of Medusa art that's kind of cool. It might have that kind of tough appeal. Medusa, by the way, would turn you into stone if you saw her face. So that doesn't really give a good message for the coffee.
Yeah.
I
mean, a three-headed dog, you could be in three places at one time,
Yeah, right. He's multitasking.
multitasking all day.
Cerberus, the image of multitasking. All right. So, yeah, use the dog, use the owl, and use Mount Olympus. Those would be your three concepts that you need to develop further.
But once you get into Illustrator, stylize these up. Give us a different looking owl. This one's had, and I agree, one too many licks of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah.
Style Olympic coffee again, change the angle and stylize the clouds, make that yours. And then the three-headed dog, like it being cut off like that, I don't think is the right move. So you find a way to kind of finish the silhouette. And they don't have to be drinking coffee.
It could be sort of a containing shape around it or something. So an Olympic shield or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Very creative though, so good work there. All right. Max. Is Max here? We finally got something from Max.
Yeah, he's not going to be here.
Big Red's Texas chili. So this is freeze-dried chili you take out on the trail. This is for people who are really into roughing it, camping out in the wild. They want to pretend like they're an old-fashioned cowboy, even though they're a data processor guy who works at a call center or something. Man, you got some work to do here. Still nothing in, nothing. Ah, here we go. All right. Sketch number 1. A guy holding a can. I'm not really sure what that has to do with Big Reds. Maybe it's a can of chili. This would not come in a can, though. This is like freeze-dried chili. This looks like maybe a chili bean. Big Reds. Here's a actual chili personified. This one looks like a chili, but I don't know. Something's going on there. Not sure what this is. Looks like you're trying to write the name inside of something. A broken chili. The word mark and a shield with a chili. 3 chilies, and it says big. And I guess this would be sort of red or something. Map of Texas. Guy downing chili beans out of a can or something. A river of chili. And this looks like a bowl. So Max, I want you to think more about sort of the experience of using this product. Where would you be out in the wilderness? No word marks. And then also your target audience. Little personified chili bean is not, it's like too cutesy fun for kids. And this is more like sort of tough outdoorsman type product. Cowboys, like if this guy had a cowboy hat, maybe it'd be closer, but I'm not sure. Looks like he's a pitchman for light beer or something.
Both these guys are working out, and they got like the workout bandana on top of their head.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. This shows that there's no research has been done. You're not inspired. You're not looking in the direction of Big Texas Chili, which we can see by the presentation that you haven't done the other stuff here. So right now, it's like all the same idea. You have a chili, and you're drawing a guy drinking chili, and then I got a chili and a chili and a chili. And I don't think any of them communicate your brand or are going in the right direction. So you need to look at your research, think about Texas, think about people in the wilderness, and find an icon for Big Texas Chili.
Yeah. A character isn't out of the question, but the character would have to reflect, appeal to the people that you're trying to talk to, which if we see in your target audience, you haven't thought about at all. So figure that out, do some of this other stuff, and get to know your brand, and then you'll have more ideas. It's hard to come up with ideas without having put anything in the tank.
And don't outline your text.
Yeah.
Especially on the footer of your presentation. It looks...
Oh, yeah. This looks terrible.
Terrible.
Just terrible. I tell you.
Yeah. All right.
That page was throwing me off. The fonts page.
Because there's nothing happened? Yeah.
No. Not on his assignment. On mine,
Oh.
Whenever you look at mine, I'll let you know I don't know why I'm blurting that out right now. It's not called for, but doing it anyway.
Yes.
Breaking the silence. It's got to happen,
Okay.
Silence.
Hi, Amaya.
Hi. It's going to be loud because they're mowing the lawn right outside my window, so just a warning in advance.
That's all right.
Also, I forgot about the bullet dots, but I fixed everything else.
That's all right. You got ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
More ideas. All right. So here is fruit. What are these shapes here in the front?
Those are kind of the little truffle chocolates. I looked up different
yes.
kinds just to kind of get a feel for it, and I remember they all kind of like these little kind of half circle shapes. So
yes,
feels like they're shoes, and that's the belly, and then he's sleeping, or it is sleeping.
Yeah,
that's the head.
There's the vampire.
Yeah, my profiles are trash. If I go into that, I'm probably gonna have to keep reworking it and practicing to get better.
The profile looks really good, Amaya. Stop downing yourself.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah. So Amaya, I think that this has potential still. If he was about to bite into an orange, maybe that would, because you like to take it further in some direction, because right now it's just the vampire. So you want to create a concept, you'd want to add a little something to it. There's the chocolate tree. I think this as a concept has potential. You just have to figure out how to execute it right. Here is the chocolate and standing out from the Hershey bars, standing apart. Here's the vampire orange.
Yeah.
Here is the sugar skull face rendered in chocolates and orange pieces and things. This looks like an orange in one of those little chocolate paper cups
Yes.
that are so elegant. This looks like a chocolate, but with an orange leaf, like as if it's been picked from a tree. Here looks like two chocolates, one with a bite, and in the bite you can see the orange segments. This has the vampire fang bites out of the paper. I'm not sure what's going on here.
That was like zoom in, like kind of like fresh picked oranges, but instead of oranges, it's the chocolates.
So this is like a bunch, this outline represents sort of a bunch of oranges, and then there's a chocolate in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then this is, it looks like sort of an orange segment and a melting chocolate on top.
Yes.
All right, you have some good concept, foundations for concepts here. So the tree as a concept has potential. The sugar skull right now, I feel like it's too complicated and falling apart, and I really can't tell what's going on. I do like number 7 quite a bit, like the orange, like as if it was a candy by itself.
But doesn't it feel like a cupcake?
It does. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to execute this in a way that sort of captures that chocolate look. Potentially number 8. This is sort of the reverse, but one of these ideas might work. The fangs, this is like too abstract. Like no one's going to know what that means because you don't have a vampire anywhere. I think that the chocolate with a section that looks like orange, and once it's bitten, maybe. What do you think, Omar?
I think we need some more drawings. I would like, if you're gonna play out the vampire, I would do the orange, simplify it, and then have the two like the vampire bites, like the 2 dots with a little bit of blood leaking down them. Like the typical illustration of the vampire signature, like an orange with the vampire signature bite on it.
Okay.
Just really simple and easy, kind of like your inspiration. That style guide, I would do that. And then can we go back to the other sketches? Okay, the tree. I like your sugar skull 3 here better than what you had over there. So
Simpler, yeah. All right, so direction.
I do number 3. I'll do a simple orange with a vampire bite out of it.
Yeah.
All right, and then number 3 is, you want to do the tree?
So you're saying 3 here, the sugar skull.
That 3.
This one with the orange with the bites out of it.
No,
then-
it's not here.
It's not here yet.
But do you know what I'm talking about, Peter? The signature bite mark?
Yeah, right. Like the 2
Oh.
puncture wounds with the
Yeah.
blood coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And then a tree. And look at some trees that have some style and elegance to them, and that's what you want to use as reference, so that you create a tree that looks really special, unique. All right? Do you feel clear, Amaya, about what to do?
Yes.
All right, great. All right, Rebecca.
Real quick
Yes.
question, Maya. Could you draw a cute vampire?
Like a little Like a cute as in like attractive, or cute as in adorable?
Cute as adorable.
Yes, I could do
No,
that.
super attractive, like model-esque, if you could.
I could do like a little cute, adorable
I've
vampire.
seen your drawings. The silhouette of the Dracula is not doing it. Like I want a cute, fun little vampire.
Disney.
And
Right?
instead of black and red, he's
Disney kind of
orange and fun.
Disney kind of vampire-ish. Like it's like they'll bite you, but so what? You know.
What's up, Peter? Can you go back to her inspiration real quick? Like
Yeah, like
cute
this.
like this.
Like Yoga Cat.
Yoga cat vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. Not the silhouette, not I want cute, some line work, vampire. He could have a funky hairdo. He could, he's your take on a vampire. He's blood orange vampire.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Rebecca, mint soap. Is Rebecca here?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
She's
Rebecca,
in full camera, just chilling.
tell us what's the deal with mint soap? What's it all about?
Mint Soap is a company that makes moisturizing soap with secret Japanese formula. And it's for aging, for people who want anti-aging products and to have like their skin glowing and refreshed. It's mostly for people who are between their target audience is ages 35 to 65 that want a natural skin treatment.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So you saw the word Japanese and you jumped on this one.
I tried to do the Bluebell chocolate, but it was too difficult to come up with ideas.
I agree. I think I need to retire that one.
I kept trying to my mind just kept going to the word mark
Yes.
type of logo, and I was trying to avoid that, but it was hard to avoid. So that's why I tried out the mint soap, because I felt like it was easier to research on it. So and it was, so that's why I picked this one.
Yes. All right. This is a great start. Really interesting fonts. Soon to come color, full page layout. All right. More work to do there.
Black bars, gray bars.
Yeah, see, that's because your picture isn't filling the frame.
Yeah.
She looks terrible for 35. Wow.
Cranes, that's an interesting thought. All right, so most of your competitors use word marks. Oil of Olay uniquely uses the icon logo type setup that we're doing. Oh, Dove does as well. Let's see. All right, so this beautiful crane. This is like the geisha girl, the woman, the Japanese woman. Mint leaves with a lotus in the moon. Is that what that is?
It's more of like because the Japanese have like this icon of like a swirl, like a paintbrush like swirl.
Oh, right.
And it's like universe.
6, is this like a bar of soap with a mint leaf?
Mm-hmm.
This looks like mint leaves, but in a sort of symbolic shape.
Mm-hmm.
A fan, a Japanese fan with the mint leaves. A mint leaf again with the swirl. This looks like the crane embossed onto a bar of soap.
Mm-hmm.
This is a crane sort of implied with mint leaves for wings. And then this one has, it looks like a swan. Is this also a crane?
Yeah, and I realized that. That's why I changed the to 11.
All right, well, you have some good thinking here. This number 11 is pretty impressive. I think that this is a great potential logo for this product. It feels a little cropped off or something. It just has to be sort of tightened up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I also like number 5 with this sort of ink brush. You know, if you could illustrate that so it looked like Japanese brush and then it had sort of the lotus plant inside. I also like the fan. I thought that was interesting. this is just sort of visual exploration. Number 1 and 2, you're sort of drawing things and sort of, but you haven't quite turned them into icons yet.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see how when you get to number 11, now you're really pushing it. That's good thinking. Even the swan is okay. If these were, the mint leaves too, but I think number 11 is probably the better one of those two.
I wanted to use the crane because since one of the words is elegant for what they're
Yes.
trying to do for. In Japan, the crane, the red crown crane is like viewed as elegancy. So that's
Yes.
why to try to use it.
Yeah, right. Your thoughts, Omar?
I agree. I really like number 11. Number 5 could work. I just feel like there's a lot of empty space in there, and I'm not sure if I like all empty space. I like the execution of number 4 of the flower a little bit more. I would just make the flower larger because I don't like all that empty space in the top.
Yeah, so
Um,
make the lotus bigger in here.
I like the idea of number 2. It's just not executed. It's not quite there yet. Maybe if you add a little mint leaf in there and maybe give it like a double meaning in the hair, like you did with number 11, I think it could be a little bit stronger.
I have
Um,
more in another set.
Oh, wow.
I
So-
love number 4.
Yeah, number 3 is very terrifying, but
Yeah, I don't know about number 3.
Yeah, 4 is good. See the way you crop this off here with the V-neck. That's like really well done. The face has a pleasant look. You don't have to have all the details, the nostrils and all that stuff. I think that the leaves could be a little more articulated, like so you see maybe there are less of them and more mint looking.
I try to do like the sakura flowers.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to
Okay.
do. But like obviously I drew them too small, so I was gonna do them like a bit bigger. So that
It's
they're
all
not
good. You got a good representation of your idea. So number 4 is on the list. Number 11 for sure. And then maybe, well, you've already did number 2. So 5 is
Combo
the
5 and 4.
5 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the combination of lotus and mint leaves. If you can combine those and have that brush stroke, that'll be cool. Those are good ideas.
Thank you.
I'm glad you switched brands. Yeah, I gotta think it
Even
take
though no one else is allowed to switch brands right now, just in
yeah,
case.
well. Alyssa, is Alyssa here? No?
Yeah,
Yeah, there you are.
Hi.
No
she's
picture.
taking a nap over there, but she's here.
Dark Wave. Tell everyone what's the deal with Dark Wave. Dark Wave soap.
Dark Wave soap is a kind of gothy type soap. People who like the nighttime and want like an anti-aging kind of remedy. I don't know. It's best for
Yes.
women. And it's very organic.
Right. Goth. Yeah, all right. This is good. Hannah in particular.
Yeah, I want to know Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Don't put a
Yeah.
spell.
A lot of purple, a lot of black. Interesting competitors. That's good. These are beautiful packaging, huh?
It's gonna
Seder.
start at that age now too, where you gotta start really taking care of your skin because eventually you just get wrinkly.
Good font exploration. You are into this. Was this brand made
Peter.
for you?
Peter,
Yeah.
you've never met Alyssa.
No,
But
I'm.
she is Dark Wave soap.
All right. She's so
She's-
dark. She doesn't have a picture. There's like you can't be seen in the mirror kind of thing. Is that?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a beautifully articulated face in the moon with a few clouds encroaching, 3 crescent moons, a classic crescent moon with a face. This looks like Jack Skellington sort of reaching for a bubble. I don't know. This is a wave in a scene sort of like captured there. The crystal ball with the moon over the waves at night with a pair of hands with incredibly sharp fingernails holding it. This one represents
like-
youth. Number
Is that
7.
my face?
Yeah,
Is that
Omar's
Is
face.
it like a half selfie?
Yeah, put some glasses on. And then this is like that piece from the Ouija board. Yeah. Oh, it's called a planchette. Thank you for articulating that. The Ouija planchette. Moon with waves that seem to be in the shape of leaves or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Here's the psychic Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter. A skeleton holding a flower. This kind of makes me think of Tangled. Like the old lady who grabs the flower.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's a girl with her hair covering her face, but there's a moon there. I'm just blown away. These are all awesome, amazing. Some sort of have a visual presence that's a little more compelling for a logo. Number 1, number 6, and I do like number 12. But, you know, any one of these could potentially be one. I think the weakest one might be this one, number 7. But what do you think, Omar?
Yeah, I really like number 1, 6. I like number 3.
Yeah.
I think there's some good elements going down there. I like 10 and 12. Just the hands, like how are you gonna crop the hands? How are they gonna live in that?
Is it, yeah, containing shape that ends where her hands go off the frame, you know?
Like it could have like a gothic like border, like
Yeah.
an oval or circle around that.
So even if you put a oval, Alyssa, around this, have it go behind her head and then come around and sort of crop where her hands end. And then the hair would be dark and the moon is a sort of a knockout shape. I get excited about these. Yeah, so this one's good. Do you have a favorite, Alyssa?
I think maybe like 1 and 3.
1 and 3, yeah. I do like 1 a lot. They're sort of similar ideas. I kind of like 1 more because it has the beauty aspect to it. It also has enough creepiness as well. If you think about like, what do they call them? The Tinky Winky and all that, remember? The kids show? No one knows what I'm talking about. And they always, what?
Before my time.
What?
It's before my time. I'm not sure. Like black and white cartoons. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No, it's like, you know, you guys would have been babies when this came out.
Oh,
I think it is.
Teletubbies.
Yeah.
oh,
Teletubbies.
I didn't watch it. That scared me as a kid.
Yeah, because
I liked
the
it.
sun has a baby face in it, and it looks like this. And it's weird, but that's good for your brand. Like weird is good.
Should the sun have like a third eye?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so Alyssa, 1, 3. That's one idea that you want to explore. Number 12 for sure is another one. And I like number 6, which is sort of naturally self-contained, the way you've got it drawn, and it's in the right proportions and all that. So, so those would be the 3 ideas I would pursue to the next level in Illustrator. Well, I'm sort of combining 1 and 3. I mean, if you're ambitious, you could try them both and see which one you like better. But I think number 1 has a little more edge on the sort of beauty aspect of it.
So you drew yourself into doing 4 instead of 3. Congratulations, Alyssa.
Yeah. See, that's what, when you do good job, they give you more work. Ask Omar about that. All right. So you're clear, right?
Yes, thank you.
Nice work. All right. Tristan, peace cookies. Tristan, tell everyone what's the deal with peace cookies.
Yeah, so peace cookies are just like a fun fortune cookie type of cookie. They're essentially fortune cookies with chocolate coating around them to let adults have fun with it and everything like that.
Yes. So new age culture and philosophy a little bit, which sounds just like Tristan. So this is right up your alley.
There's nobody with a beard here. What's going on?
These people look a little sort of like wholesome to middle America to be in your target audience. Let's see, 53, 60, what?
35 to 65.
Yeah, so it's a pretty broad range. So, all right. So yeah, we looked at this before. That's right. So we came back with, holy cow, they're lynching a donut. What?
No, it's a tire swing.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. My mind went in the wrong place there. Sorry. What's number 2? What's going on there?
It's just supposed to be like a waterfall from like the side view type sort of thing. Very poorly drawn.
Number 3
is like a guy sitting underneath a waterfall and the waterfall falling on him. Still very poorly drawn.
Having a hammock, a time in a hammock. There's the meditation guy on the mountain.
On a rock in a river.
Bus stop.
Park bench in like a woods with the trail and then like a light lamp post.
Mm-hmm. The mountaintop. Candle.
It's actually supposed to be like a traditional, or not traditional, but like a kind of sort of like a Chinese type sort of teacup where they just finished pouring the tea in it and it last drop fell in and popped back out and was coming back down.
Okay. Stone stacking.
Yep.
Cloud over the mountain.
That's actually supposed to be like the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
Type sort of thing.
Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Beach.
Yes.
So many of these are just sort of visual exploration, like here's a mountain, but what's makes it mountain relate to your brand in any way? You've got to figure that out. The meditating person is okay if you can express a personality through that. Like we've all seen this. This is kind of an iconic image of the guru on the mountain. So, but your guru has to have some personality, some wit, some charm. That would be the challenge in executing that. Tire swing, waterfall, these are all just sort of things. I'm not really seeing how they're ideas for a logo.
They're all peaceful, but they're not. They don't make me think cookies.
So peaceful experiences. So part of this brand is sort of the new age philosophy, which you could have some fun with. You know, it doesn't have to be serious, and you know, it could be kind of funny. Like I'm thinking the character here could be kind of interesting. You got any thoughts, Omar?
I mean, right now, from his first sketch, that's the one thing that crossed over that was the strong point, which is icon. None of these can be put into an icon. So if we go back to his first round of sketches.
We had the wind and the willows.
Like we talked about the tree, making a tree and playing off the branches and doing something with that, which I didn't see over there. And if he's combining a couple of things, like maybe it's a dove and the lotus, you know, maybe it's a combo of these marks playing together that he could play with. So again, number 3 is going to be one of them. I would hope to see some kind of tree that was, you know, that maybe the wind is the way the leaves are flowing inside of the tree. So that way there's not 2 pieces in here. And then if you had like a combo of 5 and 11, trying to get them to work together.
Yeah. So those are your three ideas. You got it, Tristan?
Yep.
All right, cool. Ashim. Not here.
Why is he stroking the typography?
Seems to be a thing now.
Alabama's killing him right now. All right, so there's a couple guys. This is like the third time I've seen this. There is a stroke on your text frame in InDesign. You should visually look at it and be like, that don't look right. You select the frame and you turn the stroke off.
Just like Illustrator.
Project name. What's the project name here?
Oh, okay.
Text frames in InDesign, you can stretch them out so that the letter C, which goes right after 032, is not hanging on its own line. So take a look and make sure everything looks good to you. So, by the way, this is Thor's 'S coffee. That's the name of your product. I can tell you that if you go to a client presentation, you have the client's name wrong, you're done immediately. They'll say, thanks, we've seen enough, bye. So get it right. There it is, correct. All right. So we've got Thor's hammer. This looks like, I don't know, lightning bolts, wings, hands, can't tell. Coffee bean with a lightning bolt, coffee bean with a sort of Celtic Norse pattern in there, coffee cup with a lightning bolt, a ram. Is that what that is? I don't know. Lightning bolts going into a coffee cup, a ram pulling a sled coffee cup, an arm with a coffee cup. This looks like a fang or a horn or something with a coffee bean, a Celtic knot inside a coffee cup, and a coffee cup with a hammer, Thor's hammer, sort of smashing into it. What do you think, Omar?
I like number 20, 25, and 50.
All right, there's the second round. So this is B, number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's number 20. Oh.
No.
All right, so this looks like a coffee bean with, I don't know, things hanging down, braids, bean
Ball of lightning.
infused with electricity. This is like coffee cups in a sort of pattern going around or something. Coffee cup dumping out with lightning bolts. This looks like a Viking, but with the coffee cup head. A coffee cup with the Celtic knot. A horn filled with coffee. Cloud raining into a coffee cup. A couple of rams holding a coffee cup. Lightning bolt filled with coffee beans. This looks like a rattlesnake. And this looks like a coffee bean with a coffee cup with some coffee beans around it. You're really obsessed on the coffee cup. So the coffee cup, when you think about the experience of this brand, is the most mundane, generic part of the experience. You know, every coffee uses coffee cup. So coffee cups kind of diminish the uniqueness of the brand a bit. Maybe there's one idea that's a coffee cup, but like you have a whole bunch. The ram kind of comes out of nowhere for me. Maybe it's he did some research and there's something with the Norwegian ram, but it doesn't, I never think of that as a thing. Thor's hammer is with a coffee bean. It's the closest thing to an idea, but it's not the greatest. The horn, I mean, you could do a thing with a character. So there's Thor, but if you think about your keywords, you know, what if Thor goes into a diner? There's the start of a joke. You know, what does that look like? the horn filled with coffee maybe is kind of fun. So I'm saying there's 2 ideas. And for the third idea, I don't know. What do you think, Omar?
What are your 2 ideas? You have Thor,
I
a
think
version of Thor.
a version of Thor
That's not a coffee cup, please.
that's not a coffee cup, but with a modern take and sort of more of a character. And then the horn as a vessel for the coffee,
That
perhaps.
just screams beer to me.
Yeah, that's what typically would go in it.
You're in a ram's horn, yeah.
Yeah.
If I've ever had it, I'm just saying I've heard of it is all.
Yeah.
Nobody finds it funny. Okay. I'm gonna stop trying to make you people laugh, and then you're gonna be just sitting there like, damn, I wish Michael was here telling bad jokes. But
Well, we're trying to figure out how to give Ashim direction to the next step.
I think 12 conceptually is cool because it shows Thor's hammer and it shows coffee. So you got the 2 things that go directly together. That makes sense as quickly identifiable. I know coffee, I know Thor, boom, that's one. And then also like Celtic, what does Celtic have to do with Thor? Like,
Well, I guess, Nordic
Norwegian.
culture. Yeah.
Even that, because he's like another planet or something.
There might be another
We
bit of
want
overlap.
Marvel's Thor. We want
What's
OG
that?
Thor.
So what if, if Thor goes into a diner, maybe the waitress is a Valkyrie?
They do so.
I made Amaya sneeze.
Much storytelling. Maybe playing off of a shield, make some kind of shield design like you started with number 3.
Yeah.
Not so much coffee cup,
Yeah, see what you can do with that. You're going to probably have to get back to us with some more sketches and so that you can proceed to the next step. All right, very patiently waiting. Lakeisha. Cactus cookies. All right, so this was round 1. Here's round 2. The spiral sun. This spiral has significant meaning in many ancient cultures, particularly the Southwestern Native American. So that sort of resonates a bit. The sun, this is like a cactus with the sun. A box of cactuses. This is a pepper, a chili pepper, but with sort of interesting design on it, like Native American design. Here is our gecko with the personality. Snake, diamondback rattler. Mortar and pestle. Is this the world?
It's supposed to be a tray of cookies.
Oh, a tray of cookies. Okay. He's got a tray of cookies. This is a bite out of a cactus. Here's an interesting sort of Native American looking pattern. Coyote howling at the moon, cactus, and a sombrero. I like number 4. I think that's interesting. I see where you're going with number 5. It still needs a little more personality. Maybe put the sombrero on the gecko. The eating a tray of cookies, this is complicated. It's kind of hard to figure out what's going on there. I do like the sun, so I'm voting for 1, 4, and 5. What do you think, Omar?
I'm cool 1 and 5. If you could simplify number 8, I like number 8. I like the pattern in number 4. I'd like to see that pattern inside the middle and maybe get rid of the plate.
Yeah, so you're saying the pattern here would be on this
Mm-hmm.
figure.
Well, I did that on the other one, on the previous one, with the pattern on the little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. This execution better. I like number 7 better here.
Oh, okay.
So take this one, take number 4, and let's go for number 5 as your 3 logos.
Not number 1.
Not number 1. I think that these are just stronger a little bit. This is a bit generic. It's cool, but you know, maybe this becomes part of an element of a pattern or something else in your branding later on.
Can I put it in the background with the gecko?
You can try that. Yeah, I mean, certainly it's easy to try, and you can try out, test out. So what we're going to do in the next step, Omar's going to go through it with you, but you're going to take the 3 ideas and give it the best execution you can in Illustrator and test them out to see if they work and how they work. So that gets us to the final logo after that.
Okay, so you said 5.
5, 4, and then number 7 from this page.
Okay.
And that's all we got. Right? Yeah.
I got
So
mine.
Micah,
It's submitted. I think I may have had it a minute late. I didn't realize the date. It's in. It's all submitted and everything. Mhm.
brand ID.
I named it wrong. Is what it is.
Yeah,
need to-
just
it's going to be Brainiac Coffee.
Brainiac Coffee, which is, tell everyone what it is.
Brainiac Coffee is what the people that run Folgers drink before they start their day.
It's coffee that makes you smarter and enhances your already potent mental capabilities. It provides insight and perspicacity while others around you stutter and give dumb looks. You're the smart one drinking Brainiac coffee. One of the keywords is Bazinga. So here they are. Everyone from Einstein to
Still-
Natalie Portman.
I gotta get one on there, and I only did that one because after just watching, I don't remember what video it was on LinkedIn, but it was like it's important to identify your target audience and still go for it, but don't rule out possibilities. And obviously, I'm being a little choosing the historical figures, but they were mathematicians, and Natalie Portman's mathematician, so I just kind of correlated those things.
Yes. Inspiration. This is your inspiration page. It looks like competitor logos. And this is like a screenshot from InDesign. Don't give me screenshots. So these are your competitor logos. So it's a little confusing. I would say, there's some here. I would narrow it down a little bit.
How'd you even get that screenshot of
I
down
get
in
it.
the bottom left?
I get a screenshot of anything in the world.
I get it.
What do you
I
mean?
understand that, but it's like it's a screenshot in InDesign.
Yeah, you know what he's saying?
If I was doing a screenshot, it'd be a screenshot from the web or a screenshot like this is a image placed in InDesign with a grid on it, and then you took a screenshot of it in InDesign and then placed it in InDesign. So
It's like extra effort. Like
it's like 3 times more work.
I can answer and explain what happened was whenever I brought the image into InDesign, I did do a screenshot. I was trying to make it small, the image smaller, instead of having the border around it, from the actual web page being a different color. It wasn't the same white, but I must have overlooked it because I overlooked it. So.
All right, but you know how to fix that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. We've got 10 sketches. The first one looks like a coffee cup with math formulas in the steam coming out. And you don't need to do the words yet. You're going to do those later. Here is a brain with shoes like a character holding the coffee cup. Here's the word going around a face with a coffee cup mouth. This looks stretched. BC.
It
And
says
putting,
it says Brainiac Coffee across. Like it says Brainiac, and then it says CO, and then F squared. So there's two F, and then E. So it kind of says out coffee in a more eclectic way.
here's a couple people playing chess. This is a cup full of brains. This is, I don't know what this is.
That is a Rubik's Cube with Brainiac Coffee Co. spelled out on the letters. And then all the different colors was before I realized that I have to keep it to a specific color tone or color palette.
This is like a emblem. This is a math formula or like geometry or something. And then this one looks like infinity symbols. So Micah, no word mark, no words, take the type out, and you're just thinking of an image to represent your brand. So that's the direction that we gave you. So a lot of these are sort of just disqualified. The character feels very kid-like and not really kind of in line with your brand. The math formulas are kind of subtle, and you see a coffee cup and then you get it. So I feel like that's a little too subtle. This is too complex. It's like a whole scene going on. How would you make this into some sort of iconic image? You know what I'm saying? Where, when you think of that like taxi image for the icon, try to get simpler with it. The cup of brains is like super unappealing, unless this was like for zombies or something. This looks like a painting from like the 1920s, like a surrealist. It's kind of interesting. It's got interesting visual, so I don't want to discount it totally. I mean, I just don't want to see Brainiac Coffee written in there, but maybe there's something with that.
Scrap all 10 of these and start fresh with it, since I apparently missed the marker.
Well, you know what we're saying, right?
I would say, first of all, Micah, these are all creative, cool illustrations.
Yeah.
Right? I think they're all well done. The execution is good. The line work, I can see a lot of thought process into here. So I want to applaud you on that. I just think, you need to just simplify your idea a little bit more. Right? This is, number 4 feels like a poster. Number 8 is kind of a combo mark, but the markings are too small, and there's no like icon for your brand, which we want that icon for your brand. Number two, I think if you give them like Einstein's hair, it might work.
It changed the personality, make him more serious Brainiac type. Like this, I'm thinking, okay, you say checkmate. So what is the key thing that's happening with checkmate? You see
Well, it's implied that people that are playing chess are usually people that are...
Right. So I'm saying zoom in on the hand actually moving the piece to knock over the king. That little piece of the scene is what's important. The chairs, where they're sitting, all that stuff is not important. So it's like if you cropped in, like if there was a square like this big showing that happening, maybe that's an idea. You see what I'm saying? So the concept isn't bad. It's just like you want to focus in on it. Because I do like the idea of checkmate. It's like this product gives you the edge,
It feels like its own brand, though, checkmate.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't put the words checkmate, but... Rubik's Cube is probably, it's a step away from it. I think the scientific formulas are a fun element that you could maybe take advantage of. Again, if you focus in on the concept, so, the cup becomes less important and the steam with the math formulas coming out is the key thing. So we're supposed to like focus in on that.
So basically,
Yeah, it could be in a containing shape, you know, so you just see the rim of the coffee cup and then you see the math formulas coming out.
Go ahead, Micah.
I was going to say basically the same thing, just kind of take away the cup itself and kind of, you know, imply the shape there and maybe just do just the actual coffee and steam coming out of it and only like the rim of the cup, not the actual cup itself.
Right.
So it's only focused on the coffee, not the cup.
Yeah. And by doing that, you make life easier because you don't have to draw a bunch of extra stuff that has nothing to do with your idea.
I like wasting my time though. It's just kind of fun.
This looks like I just think like this is like a surrealistic painting by who's the guy, Magritte or something. You know who I'm talking about? This coffee cup stretched out like that with this shadow. It just feels very surrealistic.
I was trying to create kind of space in me, like show depth, like show like the Brainiac was set further back, you know, blah blah blah. Like it kind of came together.
It's a good composition. It's just not a good logo.
Yeah, right.
I think that's my problem with it is I was more, I don't know what you want to even call it, more illustrative, more, I don't know, not illustrative. That's not the right word for it.
Well, I mean, you're illustrating a story in all these, which is good. It's just when you're doing a logo, you want a very simple, quick, and easy to read story, right? Where these are a little bit more complex, and there's a lot more layers to these illustrations, which becomes difficult for a logo.
Yeah, it gets muddied up.
Yeah, so you feel like you know what to do?
Hone in on a focal point instead of a scene.
Yeah, I think you can draw on some more ideas if you think about, okay, so it's like Revenge of the Nerds, you know, these are the brainiacs, the people who are smart that have the edge all of a sudden. They're usually you know, they got wedgies in high school, but now they're large and in charge. So what does that look like? You know, I like that's why I like the checkmate. There's sort of competitive edge to it as well. Like maybe that's part of it. Scientific community stuff. So with that in mind, maybe you can come up with a couple more ideas, change the personality of number 2, and that could be something. Is that helpful?
Yep.
All right, great. What else we got? Let's see. That's the end. Did anybody not get a critique? I tried to go through everybody. Yeah, I think we got everybody. A few people are missing. Keldrick is not present. All right. So what's next? Omar, take it away.
All right, so let's take I just need a small coffee break. I need to grab a coffee.
Hey,
All right, so it's
Omar, I got to do my midweek critique at noon.
So
I'm going to have to get on Zoom at noon.
Just transfer the host to me.
I hope that works. They worked last time, right?
Yeah. Or you just click on me and say, make Omar host.
Yeah, the host with the most. All right, you got it.